Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and greetings of peace to all viewers. Welcome to Takaful series episode number 5. This episode is entitled Shariah Issues in Insurance Part 2, Riba. I'm your tutor, Tamizi. Let's recap what we learned from previous episode 4. We learned from episode 4 that the Shariah issues in insurance is ijtihadi in nature. STF, or the Special Task Force Ijtihad listed below, is accepted as the official ruling on insurance in Malaysia. We learned that the insurance is a contract of exchange. Uqud mu'awadat maliyah. We also learned that the presence of gharar is due to the lack of clarity in the ma'qud alayh, or subject matter of contract, from the aspect of delivery. Ma'qud alayh, uncertainty as to whether or not the insured will get the promised compensation, uncertainty as to how much the insured can get, uncertainty as to when the compensation can be paid. The level of gharar is deemed excessive, as the payment of compensation is dependent on an event that may or may not happen. Gharar is excessive. We also learned that the insurance contract, according to STF, or the Special Task Force, is akin to gambling, because in most transactions no exchange occur, meaning that the insurer get to keep their premium even when the insured did not claim. This is from the STF report, Appendix C, page 8, para 4. Okay, let's now move on to what we're going to learn to episode 5. In this episode 5, we will discuss riba buyun, a lesser-known species of riba that arises from the exchange of Ribawi items. We will also discuss the strict rules to be observed when Ribawi items are being exchanged according to a hadith. We will also discuss how the interpretation of gold is expanded to include currencies. A very important aspect of this episode will be that we will highlight that the riba in insurance is not just about the investment activities of insurance companies, but the fact that the insurance business is in itself riba. Most of the time, when people talk about riba in insurance, they only talk about investment. That is part of it, actually a small part. The bigger part is, according to the Special Task Force, the insurance business itself, the transaction itself, is riba. Okay, this is what we're going to discuss in episode 5. May Allah bless you for your effort to seek knowledge on Takaful. Do share the videos with your family and friends. There's no copyright. Okay, let's look at the topics that we're going to discuss today about riba. Again, similar to episode 4, the hukum about riba in insurance is ijtihadi in nature, meaning that the Quran does not say the insurance riba. This is the ijtihad of, in our case, the Special Task Force. The prohibition of riba is very clear. There are many verses in the Quran. I will quote you Surah Al-Baqarah, verse 275. There are many others. In fact, riba is the only, as far as I can understand it, is the only sin where if you continue to indulge in riba, in Al-Baqarah, I think it's 279, where Allah and the Prophet will wage war against you. So this is very, very big sin, for Muslims. Okay, anyway, the order against riba is very clear in various verses of the Quran. For example, in verse 275 Al-Baqarah, they say, Allah is trying to say, they say, that means people today and those times, they say that trade is just like usury, it's the same, no difference. Many people are saying it today. Whereas Allah has permitted trade and forbidden usury. This means that the above verse makes a distinction. There's a difference between trade and riba. Trade, according to this verse, is permissible, but riba is prohibited. So there is a fine line between these two. Let's try to investigate what's the difference, Okay, they seem to be the same. Just like these people say, trade is just like usury. No. Allah says it's different. So in trade, there's the seller and the buyer. Let's take example. For example, the seller buys from supplier at $2,000 and he sells to a customer at $2,200 and makes a profit $200. This profit of $200 is permissible. Whereas riba, the lender lends $2,000 and the borrower has to repay $2,200. 10% difference. The difference of $200 riba is prohibited. So where's the difference? Okay. Now, most people, when they talk about riba, they only talk about riba in debts. What we saw just now, you lend 2,000, pay back 2,200. That's riba qard. It's about debt. Riba jahiliyah is where you're supposed to pay 2,200 at a certain time, but when you reach that time, you ask for extension and they charge you a penalty for not paying on time. That's riba jahiliyah. But today, for the purpose of understanding riba in insurance, we need to look at another species of riba called riba buyung. This is riba arising from sale. So yes, there is the riba that we are familiar with. There's also the riba buyung that many are not familiar. So we'll have to discuss a lot more. Under riba buyung, there are two subcategories, riba fadl and riba nasiyah. Let's look at what these are. All are equally big sins in the eyes of Islam. Okay. Let's go to topic number 2, strict rules on exchange of Ribawi items. Note the word exchanges, Okay. From the Special Task Force report, page 19, para 2.4.1.1, bracket 3, the Prophet ﷺ, peace be upon him, was reported to have said, gold for gold in hadith, Gold for gold, silver for silver, wheat for wheat, barley for barley, dates for dates, and salt for salt. There's 6 items here. We call these 6 items Ribawi items. The rule is, if they are like for like, means gold for gold, they should be equal for equal, hand to hand. The hadith goes on to say, if the commodities differ, then you may sell as you wish, provided the exchange is hand to hand. Okay, this is hadith. One of the sources will be from Ubadah ibn al-Samit. Okay, let's look at this rule. This hadith lays down 2 strict rules to be observed for exchanges involving 6 items. We call these 6 items Ribawi items. Okay, take a look. Gold, silver, wheat, barley, dates, salt. For our purpose of this tutorial, we will focus on gold and silver, or in today's parlance is currency. The The other four is actually outside the scope of this discussion. Okay, let's remain focused on the currency. Okay, if Ribawi items of similar nature, like for like, example gold for gold or silver for silver, are exchanged, the rule requires the items to be equal value and the exchange to be done on the spot, hand to hand. Okay, so as I said just now, we'll ignore the other four items. Okay, let's take a look at what this means here. Okay, gold for gold. Before we go on to this gold for gold, the Shariah scholars of today, okay, the interpretation of gold in the Bahari today is expanded to include currency as a Ribawi item. Although the hadith didn't say, it just say gold, silver. Shariah scholars, contemporary, most of them say that gold can be expanded to include currency because this is the gold of yesterday is now was used as a currency, and will take. This is because currency has the same characteristics as gold, which is the commonly used standard and reference for the measurement of value at-tamam. I took this from this book here. So when currency is included as a Ribawi item, it means that the said rule would also apply to exchanges of similar currency. So when the hadith say gold for gold, with this expanded definition, we can say ringgit for ringgit, dollar for dollar, euro for euro, etc. Okay, let's take a look. Yeah. Okay. For example, like this. Yeah. Instead of saying gold for gold, we expand it to include ringgit for ringgit. So 50 ringgit when you exchange, because ringgit and ringgit are both like for like. So 50 ringgit, you change with 50 ringgit. The rule says it has got to be equal and it has to be spot. So if you change 50 ringgit for 51 ringgit, that is already riba. Okay, it has to be equal for equal. This is how the work. Yeah. Okay. So similarly with euro. Good. Okay. So let's take a look at a chart I took from a book. Okay, where they've expanded this gold, silver, added in USD, okay, dollars and ringgit, and you can add in rule and all that. Let's ignore the other four items. Okay, so when you exchange ringgit for ringgit, okay, there are two conditions. It has to be spot, it has to be equal. Okay. Okay. Otherwise, it'll be riba. Okay. Let's go back to our item just now. Okay. But the hadith went on to say that if the commodities differ, just now was like for like. If the commodities differ, then you may sell as you wish. For example, if you're exchanging ringgit for, ringgit for dollar, they are not like for like. Therefore, you may sell as you wish. So if you go to a money changer and you want to change $100, you have to pay 500 ringgit, for example. That could be done on the spot. That's the rule. Okay? But if you were to exchange ringgit for ringgit, like for like, then there are two rules to follow: equal for equal, and it must be spot. Okay, this is what currency is all about. Yeah. Okay. Okay, but if you were to change, for example, ringgit for USD, yellow. See, it's not like spot. Only spot. Okay. All others are blue, no two conditions. So it's very simple. Okay, go back. Oops. Okay. Okay, like this. Yeah. Okay, so that's rule number one. If they are like for like, In our case, ringgit for ringgit. The rule is equal for equal, hand to hand. The second rule, as we discussed just now, if they are not like for like, gold for wheat, silver for barley, then the parties are free to mutually. So these are the two rules that we need, okay, to understand. So bearing this hadith in mind and the two rules, whether they're like for like, let's apply this to the insurance. Okay. Now before we do that, let's just take a look at what the Special Task Force Ijtihad on Riba is saying. They say that the current insurance practice is not in line with Islamic teachings in a number of ways. Many insurance contracts contain usury as it promised to pay more than the premium paid. Okay, the second one, premium, insurance companies invest the premium. We all know this. Most people will talk about investments, yeah, but this is the more important and less understood. Let's pay attention to this one, yeah. Okay. So when the expanded rule is applied to insurance, the following Shariah issues would arise. Since the exchange is not equal, it will fall under the definition of subspecies or Ribawi called Riba Fadl. Why is it not equal? Let's take a look. Yeah, why is it that insurance? I'm saying that insurance is not. So first of all, it's the exchange for money with money. Okay, the insured pays a premium of, let's say, $1,500. Okay, and in exchange, the insurer will pay the claim of 100,000, for example, if the claim happens. So, $1,500 and 100,000, they are not equal. So exchange is not equal because the claims paid by the insurance companies are usually more than the premium. This will fall under the category of Riba Fadl, under Riba Riba Fadl, because the exchange is not equal. Such unequal exchange of money falls under the definition of subspecies of riba known as riba buyu. Okay. Okay, let's just go back to riba. Okay. And not only the payment is not equal for insurance, likewise when the exchange is not hand in hand. Remember the two rules, equal for equal. Okay, the time, there's a lapse between the premium payment and the claim. There's a difference, yeah. So this is called riba nasiyah. Okay, it happens at a different time. For example, pay premium $1,500 in January 2020, and the claim happens in May 2024. There's a lapse of time. So this is riba nasiyah. Note that exchange is not hand in hand because the claims are invariably paid sometime after the premium is paid. Okay, such lapse in time for the exchange to take place give rise to another type of riba called buyu known as riba nasiyah. Okay. So let's just recap. The rule says if like for like, it must be equal to equal and hand to hand spot. And insurance, in both cases, insurance failed to meet this rule. The amount being exchanged, premium is less, claim is more, not equal. So riba fadl, and premium is paid much earlier, claims much later. There's a lapse of time. So because of that, insurance have breached these two. Okay. Let's then go to let's summarize all over again. Yeah. So, what actually are the issues that we've discussed since episode 4 and now episode 5? They are, we learned in episode 4 that insurance contract has excessive gharar because the subject matter is uncertain. If a claim happen, we'll pay. If the claim happen, doesn't pay. And in most cases, the claim doesn't happen, so it becomes, okay, maisir. So let's just take it very quickly. Okay. The insured, his obligations very clear. He pays the premium. Whatever you charge him, he'll pay. This is money. But insurer's obligation to pay the claim, well, it depends on an event that may happen, may not happen. This is the maqul alayh is uncertain, and it is excessive, because maqul alayh, as we discussed in episode 4, is a rukun, is a fundamental requirement of a valid contract. Okay. And in most cases, you pay premium, there's no claim. Most cases, the fortunate many do not make claims. So there's no exchange. It's meant to be an exchange contract, but exchange doesn't take place. And because of this, the STF, or the Special Task Force, in their report, they say that insurance is akin to gambling. This is their view. Yeah, there's no exchange. Okay. So, and just now we just discussed there's a riba fadl, because the amount being exchanged is different. Premium paid, let's say, example, 1,005, claims paid 100,000, and this is riba fadl. Okay, and riba nasya, premium paid in January 2020, example, claims paid in May 2024, difference in time, riba nasya. So insurance, the contract itself, has got 4 issues. Yeah, 4 issues: excessive gharar, masir, riba, and riba is riba buyu, and under that fadl. Okay, yes, investment is also an issue, but this is a minimal issue. The big issue of riba is this. Yeah, okay. And STF, Special Task Force, did allude to this investment as well, but the bigger issue is the insurance contract promises to pay more than the premium paid. This is riba fadl. Okay. Okay. At the root cause of all this is the nature of the insurance contract. Okay. Why do these issues arise? Because the insurance contract, the nature of the insurance contract is such that money is exchanged for money. Exchange contract is not an issue from Shariah perspective. Okay, when you buy, you sell, no issue. But when you exchange money with money, that's one issue. It becomes an issue if you don't follow the rules. What are the rules? If it's like for like, exchange money with money, the rule is that it must be equal for equal. It must be hand to hand. Okay. Okay. Is it true that the insurance contract is the exchange contract? And we discussed this already before. Yes, it is true by definition. Yeah. Okay. And this is also mentioned in the STF report. Okay. Okay. So let's just take a look very quickly. What did we learn from this episode? Okay. Episode 5, we learned that riba buyu can arise from exchange of similar ribawi items. Okay, if it's not similar, it's okay. When it's like for like, money for money, you have to follow the rules. It must be equal to equal. And insurance is not equal to equal. The premium is lower, the claim is higher. And because the exchange is money for money, which is actually a ribawi item, premium is normally paid earlier, the claim is normally paid later, there's a lack of time, therefore it becomes riba nasya. Okay, that's the first thing we learn. We learn about the 2 rules. Remember the 2 rules from this hadith? Okay, authentic hadith, ribawi item. Okay, now just to share with you, we already discussed this already. Like for like, those are the rules. If not like for like, it only has a spot. apart from these 6 Ribawi items, the others, riba issue doesn't arise. This is what Islamic banking does. They don't lend money, because lending money is actually lend money, lend 100,000, pay back 110,000. It's like for like. It's not equal. It's not spot. But what Islamic banks do is that they sell the house. Okay, so but this is outside the scope of this. Just to show you. So if you buy handphone with money, and you are given 4 installment, 5 installment, this is not riba, because a handphone is not a ribawi item. Okay, 6 items, and this gold and silver is expanded to include currency. Now, before we sign off this, let me just share with you one very interesting hadith about dates. Yeah, okay. There is a very interesting hadith that is narrated by Abu Sa'id al-Khudri. Once Bilal brought some barley, kind of dates, to the Prophet, and the Prophet asked him, "From where have you brought this?" He asked Bilal. Bilal replied, "I had some inferior kind of dates and exchanged 2 sa' for 1 sa'." So dates are ribawi item. So what happened is that Bilal changed dates, inferior with superior dates, 2 sa's. And the Prophet said that, beware, this is definitely riba. This is definitely riba. Don't do so. But if you want to buy a superior dates, sell the inferior dates. So the Prophet gave you a way to avoid riba. Okay, don't change ribawi item or ribawi item. Change money with goods. Yeah. Anyway, this is just to digress a little bit, as this is outside the scope of this discussion. Yeah, we are talking about insurance only. Yeah. Okay. So let's just go back to. Okay, we were here. Yeah. So we learned about riba buyu, the 2 rules. Instead of gold, for today's purposes, it's been expanded to this. I took this from this book here. This chart, very interesting. Originally, this chart is from Dr. Zaharuddin Abdul Rahman, 2008. Very interesting. So instead of just gold and silver, he expanded it to include US dollars and RM. Yeah? These 4 others are outside the scope of discussion, and you can see when the only time when you get to the 2 rules to apply when it's like for like. Otherwise, no conditions. Okay, very interesting. Okay, and the root cause, just to summarize again, the root cause of it is insurance contract. Okay, which is exchange of money for money. So there's some hint how we are going to go forward with this. Okay, the contract seems to be the issue, and the issue is an exchange contract. Not only that, it's exchange of money with money, ribawi item, and it's an unequal exchange which doesn't happen on the spot. So those things. So this is what is the issue about insurance, not the insurance itself, the contract. So how are we going to solve this? We'll discuss this in the next episode, but you can see some hints already. The issue is the contract, so therefore the solution should be in the contract as well. You'll have to wait for the next episode. Yeah. Okay. So as we said, the exchanges are not equal. So how to make it equal? How to make and not spot. Okay. As I said just now, the solution to the problem of gharar, maisir, and riba will be discussed in episode 6 onwards. We are halfway through already. Okay. So there you are. If you have been following the video series, we've gone through episode 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 today, and inshallah we'll go through episode 6. Probably in a week or two I will upload this video. Okay, then we'll see the concept of Takaful, how Takaful overcome all these issues of gharar, maisir, and riba. Okay, all right. So this is all for this episode. Bye for now. See you again in the next video, inshallah. Wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. And good evening, everyone. Bye bye.